The electric atmosphere of Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas on the evening of September 9, 2025, was more than just the typical buzz of a regular season finale. It was charged with the palpable energy of a potential championship preview, a clash of ideologies, and a personal rivalry that had come to define the modern WNBA. On one side stood the reigning, back-to-back champion Las Vegas Aces, a juggernaut of polished, offensive firepower, a well-oiled machine featuring a starting five often compared to an all-star team, led by the indomitable Aya Wilson, the sharpshooting Kelsey Plum, the versatile Jackie Young, and the floor general Chelsea Gray. Their mission was clear: to assert their dominance, to secure the best record in the league, and to send a thunderous message to any and all challengers that the road to the title would, once again, run directly through the scorching heat of the Nevada desert. Their opponents, the Chicago Sky, represented a different kind of force, a team built on relentless grit, defensive tenacity, and the breathtaking, paradigm-shifting talent of their own superstar, a player who had not only entered the league but had seemingly rewritten its rules from her very first game. This was more than a game, it was a spectacle, a narrative-rich drama playing out on the hardwood, and from the very first jump ball, it delivered on every ounce of its immense promise. The Aces, playing with the poise and precision of a dynasty, opened the game exactly as everyone expected them to. Chelsea Gray, her game IQ operating on a different plane, methodically dissected the Chicago defense in the half-court, finding Aya Wilson for a series of effortless mid-range jumpers and quick hooks in the lane. Kelsey Plum, navigating a maze of screens with her patented ghost move, drained a deep three-pointer from the top of the key, her shot barely rustling the net, a signature splash that sent the home crowd into an early frenzy. Jackie Young added to the onslaught, driving hard to the basket, finishing through contact and converting the N1 opportunity. It was a masterclass in efficient, ruthless offense. The Aces were shooting over 60% from the field midway through the first quarter, and they seemed utterly unstoppable, building a quick 15-7 lead that felt like it could balloon into a blowout before the Sky even had a chance to catch their breath. However, the Chicago Sky, a team that had built its identity on resilience under pressure, refused to buckle. Their response was not immediate, flashy offense, but a gradual, grinding imposition of their defensive will. They began switching more aggressively on the perimeter, disrupting the timing of the Aces' intricate sets. Their center, a formidable presence in the paint, started to body up on Wilson, making every catch difficult and every shot a contested ordeal. The momentum began to shift on a single, crucial defensive possession. With the shot clock winding down, Plum drove into the lane looking to create, but a help defender stripped the ball cleanly, leading to a fast break the other way. The ball found its way to the Sky's young phenom, who, with a breathtaking display of speed and body control, Euro-stepped past a retreating defender and laid the ball in high off the glass, drawing a foul in the process. The three-point play was a statement. It silenced the crowd and announced that Chicago was not there to be rolled over. They were there to fight, to scrap, and to weather any storm Las Vegas could conjure. The first quarter concluded with the Aces holding a narrow 28-24 lead, but the narrative had already been established. Las Vegas's offensive brilliance was being met with an equally potent dose of Chicago's defensive grit. The second quarter became a battle of the benches, a depth check that often separates good teams from great ones. The Aces' reserves, led by the energetic hustle of their role players, managed to maintain the offensive pressure, moving the ball with purpose and knocking down open looks created by the defensive attention still commanded by the starters when they were on the floor. For Chicago, their second unit provided a crucial spark, specifically through their defensive intensity. They applied full-court pressure, forcing a series of uncharacteristic turnovers from the Aces' backup ball handlers. These turnovers fueled their transition game, leading to easy buckets that kept them within striking distance. The back-and-forth nature of the quarter was encapsulated in its final seconds. After a Las Vegas basket to go up by 6, Chicago inbound the ball quickly, with their star bringing the ball up the court with 5 seconds left. She used a high screen, took 2 dribbles to her right, and launched a 30-foot three-pointer as the buzzer sounded. The ball arced high through the bright arena lights and swished through the net, a dagger that cut the Aces' lead in half and sent the Sky into the locker room riding a wave of momentum. Down only 52-49, a halftime break in the Aces' locker room was undoubtedly one of focused adjustment. Coach Becky Hammon, a master tactician, would have emphasized the need to value possession, to cut down on the careless turnovers that were fueling Chicago's runs, and to re-establish their dominance in the paint by getting Wilson even more involved. For Chicago, the message was one of reinforcement, to continue the defensive pressure, to run on every opportunity, and to trust in the system that had brought them to this point. The third quarter began, and it was the Aces who came out with a renewed sense of purpose, executing their halftime adjustments to perfection. They went to Wilson on 3 consecutive possessions, and she delivered each time, a powerful drop step and finish, a smooth face-up jumper, and a trip to the free throw line after drawing a double team. Simultaneously, their team defense tightened, effectively shutting down Chicago's transition opportunities and forcing them into a half-court game where the Aces' defense was set and formidable. Just as it seemed Las Vegas was on the verge of breaking the game open again, building a 10-point lead, the individual brilliance that has come to define this new era of the WNBA took over. For Chicago, it was their superstar's time to author a personal highlight reel. She answered Wilson's post dominance with a stunning array of offensive creations. She hit a step-back 3 over Plum's tight defense. On the next possession, she used a behind-the-back dribble to lose Young on the wing, drove into the lane, and contorted her body in mid-air to float a teardrop over Wilson's outstretched arm. Then, on the defensive end, she read a passing lane, leaped for a spectacular steal, and went the length of the court for a thunderous one-handed dunk that sent a shockwave through the entire arena and ignited the Chicago bench. This personal 7-0 run single-handedly brought the Sky back within 3 points and turned the game into a full-fledged shootout between 2 of the planet's best players. The duel between Wilson and the Chicago Phenom became the central storyline of the second half. Every time Wilson would score with power and fundamentals in the post, the Sky would answer with a display of audacious skill and athleticism on the other end. The game seesawed, with neither team able to gain more than a 5-point advantage. The intensity ratcheted up with every possession. Every screen was fought through with more force, every rebound became a battle of bodies, and every whistle from the officials was met with intense scrutiny from both benches.